The lonesome traveller blues hit when I was halfway through a 4-month tour of Eastern Europe. As anyone who has travelled alone can tell you, it starts to wear you out in pretty typical ways. You're lonely, exhausted, you just want a home-cooked meal. But happily, my Romanian friend had given me her mother's address and encouraged me to visit. When I arrived in the heart of eerie Transylvania, I set off to find the right apartment. The Soviet blocks all look the same, an old, daunting mess of grey cement. I settled on one apartment in a row of hundreds. I knocked on the door gently, anticipating a lot of our encounter to be lost in translation. A kind older woman answered, and through a mixture of mimed movements and enunciated English, I explained that I was her daughter's friend. She received me with a big grin, quickly ushering me inside. A little girl, who I assumed was my friend's sister, was also inside. We all sat down to drink tea, watch Romanian soap operas, and share homemade cake. The apartment was really cosy and full of lamps, souvenirs, and crochet throws. I understood almost nothing of what was happening, but soap operas are pretty much the same in every language. I also must have wolfed down my cake because my friend's mum quickly offered to go buy food for dinner. She put her coat on and slipped out, leaving me with the little girl. When she got back, she went to work making a genuine Romanian feast of hearty soup, meat and polenta. Throughout the meal, we laughed and continued to talk in a muddled mix of hand signals. After about 5 hours, my host pulled out some old photo albums. I looked forward to seeing potentially embarrassing photos of my friend as a little girl. As the pages turned and we passed an endless array of husbands, aunts, uncles and children, I began to have a sinking feeling that these were not my friend's relatives. I hadn't seen one picture that looked like her. My mouth went dry and my heart beat faster. I was in the wrong apartment. To make matters worse, the woman and the little girl began pulling out a mattress for me to sleep on. I panicked and stiffened on the couch, unsure of how to make a quick exit without being rude. In my best gesturing, I explained that I already had a hotel booked. I thanked them profusely and made a hasty retreat. They waved a warm goodbye and I set off into the concrete Soviet jungle. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed the apartment I should have visited and couldn't believe I'd mixed the numbers up. As I slinked off into the night, I couldn't shake the image of that sweet little girl asking her mother, "Who was that woman?" Her mother's inevitable reply, "I have absolutely no bloody idea."